Everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. That's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trash! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
True.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello! Live from my grandmother's basement. We're the trash people. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the Canon?
I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the Canon?
I don't know why I could...
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the Canon?
For some reason, the sound of ourselves coming back just absolutely is tripping me the hell up.
Oh, does it sound more delayed than usual?
It does.
I didn't change anything.
It does. It may not be. It might just be my brain being like, wow. Yeah, speech jammer.
It does sound more speech jammer.
Okay, in that case...
Well, no, it didn't. Yeah, no, it sounds okay now.
It sounds okay now? We'll see. We'll check.
Is it still
It's a
bad
little
for you?
better. It's a little better.
Okay. I
Yeah.
tried restarting the entire audio engine on the computer, and that supposedly helped. But I don't know. I didn't change anything else.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. You ever meet Grandma?
There was a question if
Emily? Who's Grandma? Like
the grandmother's
mother?
basement.
Oh!
Will we ever meet Grandma Emily?
No.
No.
You will not.
I hit the wrong button, and so we went noir for a second. Noir. I was trying to troubleshoot our audio issues. Grandma Pineapple.
Grandma Pineapple. No, you will not be meeting her. If you do, though, let me know, because that's some cool paranormal activity. Hell yeah.
Holly Goody likes grandmas.
How are you doing today?
Me?
Forrest, yeah. On this lovely trash day.
On this lovely Trash Wednesday.
On this Trash
I'm
Wednesday.
Doing pretty good. I'm excited for some trivia today, and if you want to play trivia, go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 6141347. You got time to do it, though, because we've got a couple segments before it's time for trivia.
But let's start off. We are Trash People.
Yeah.
This is the show where I, Emily Pineapple,
And I'm, again, Forrest, keeper of the Canon.
talk about something in the world related somehow to Chris Gethard and his Twitch-based comedy network. You know what? This
Take your headphones off.
isn't working for me.
Yeah,
this
take
isn't
your
working
headphones
for
off.
me. My brain is just not going with it today. I would wear my cute earrings if I had known, because they match my hair color. What? They're little skeletons? What? I got them at the Spirit Halloween.
Wow.
What?
My claps were me trying to see if it's delayed.
Because somehow you're able to deal with it and I'm not. It could just be my brain today.
Maybe. Spooky. Hello, Horde Jedi. And Jazz Fadson had a question for me. When do we get Forrest's premium canned fish corner? Because as I revealed during the weekly brief on the Planet Scum Discord, thanks to New York Times opinion columnist Jamel Bowie, I'm really into canned fish now. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that'll be a part of this show.
It is definitely delayed. It has become more
No, it
delayed.
is delayed. I'm not arguing with you that it's delayed. I'm just powering through it.
It's worse delay now than it was earlier.
It has been getting worse.
Than it was a little earlier.
I, again, didn't actually change any settings, so I don't really know what's happening. But it has absolutely gotten worse.
Like, just a little away. Just
I think
a
I
little
do.
away.
We'll be right back.
We will?
Yeah, because I think I know how to fix it.
Oh, we'll be right back.
We'll be right
just
back.
take a little nap in the chat.
We'll be right back. And we're back. And now
we're back.
Our sound is usable.
It is.
For now.
If anyone has any questions about OBS,
we had to relaunch OBS. I thought it was Voicemeeter, the audio routing software on Windows, causing the problem. But no, it was OBS because I set the studio a couple hours ago and thought if I let it sit, it would be fine. It was not.
It was not.
Thank you, Sarm Smith. Thank you, Stephen Kreml.
Better than
Welcome
ever.
back. Thank you, Horde Jedi. Hi. Me.
Remember the full months that you just expected me to perform using an accent with the voice delay coming back to me?
I think you'll find I was wrong.
And I was like, Forrest, it's delayed and it's really hard to perform because, you know, and you're like, can't you just deal?
I think you'll find I have admitted I was wrong many times.
Yep. As
your hair
soon as
color
you
is
learned,
great.
Thank you so much. As soon as you learned what the voice jammer was, and I was just like,
We sound a lot faster now, so it looks like it was probably actually, I guess it's just, we were actually talking. Deal with it, to quote
deal
Jess.
with it, pretty much.
Deal with it.
I'm still salty.
Just like my premium canned fish.
Still salty.
Still
That's
salty
right.
after all these years.
Let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's do our first bit of today. That's right. It's tarot time, where I do a tarot reading from these gorgeous Planet Scum tarot cards designed by our very own Stephen Kreml. That's right. Premel. We need like a Premel audio.
Premel!
Right?
Premel!
So let's check it out. Let's look at our week. This is our first card. This is the card that is sort of the general idea of what to think about this week. The theme, let's say, for the week. And it's the facilitator. Interesting. The facilitator, of course, Adam of the now live show Who Wants 269 with Martin Urbano. This is based on the Temperance card. And as you can see, you're putting your sock in some water. Why are you doing that? Maybe you need a facilitator, like a shoe.
Like a shoe.
Like a shoe. So this is hella interesting. This card, it represents maybe someone who is helping us achieve our goals. Perhaps like a shoe. Perhaps it is some sort of thinking, some sort of idea that is helping us achieve our goals. Perhaps it's a routine. Perhaps it is a new medication. Perhaps it is the therapist or psychiatrist who prescribed you said medication.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps it's the therapist or psychiatrist that was like, guess what? You don't need anymore. That medication. Why? Because it's redundant with the other ones we had you on. Who else is super excited about modern psychiatry? I am. So hell yeah. The facilitator. Now let's look at our best case scenario, worst case scenario for the week.
Be.
So let's look at our worst case scenario first.
I hope it's not me.
Like a shoe.
Like a shoe.
These are the things getting in our way. This is our roadblocks for the week. Oh,
interesting.
The
game.
Once again, we have the game. The game has been coming up a lot.
It has.
In these readings.
It has.
And we have taken the game to represent everything from just like the game of life to capitalism to existence.
To existence.
To existence. The movie that I absolutely recommend.
The David Cronenberg movie.
I was absolutely going to say John Cronenberg again. I don't know why that's in my head. Yeah, so I think that's super interesting. I think that because it's in our roadblocks category, I'm just going to go ahead and say capitalism. Capitalism is getting in our way. But what's our worst case scenario of the week? And can it give us more light on what this game is?
It's so nuts.
And what it represents. It's so fucking nuts.
I've seen it 3 times, and it is nuts every time.
It is so nuts. We did a double feature with that and The Matrix.
Mm-hmm. It was a great double feature.
It was fun. It was fantastic. High recommend. Capitalism always gets in the way. Holly Goody, you're correct. But look at our worst case scenario. That's
Steve
right.
Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Never trust a man with 3 hands.
Never trust a man with 3 hands.
Unless you meet someone with 3 hands.
This week is coming for Stephen
which
Premel.
case they might
Never trust
just
a
be
Steve Harvey
a
with
person
3
with
hands.
3 hands. Never trust a Steve Harvey with 3 hands.
Steve Harvey shows up a lot too. You're right, Blogtober.
Yes. And I love it when he shows up in worst case scenario because that's who he is. This represents. This is built on the tower, okay? Which it means just everything falling down around you. But look at this. We take it to mean a lot in this particular deck as false idols. False idols, look. Divine providence might be coming down in the form of a lightning bolt, knocking off his crown. And yet still there are those at his feet. Beware those who benefit from your continued oppression. Beware those who, and now he's gonna be a fucking judge? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that boomer bullshit, right? Like, that's the kind of thing I'd hear my mom being like, oh, did you hear about the new Steve Harvey judge show? He's like a comedian. You know about comedians. And I'd be like, yep. Yes, mother. I'm so happy you're trying to relate to me on something that you think I care about. How kind. So, I mean, I just kind of want to go ahead and say capitalism. Fucking capitalism. The game that we're all forced in, which is propagated by false idols. You know, like there are no end to the pundits, to the people, to the things that are going to say, hey, no, stay in the game.
Stay in the game.
And it could also be like, you know, anything, any sort of organized or overwhelming.
He also hosts a game show.
Yes! Some kind of organized or overwhelming opposition, some idea of a normalcy or how things should be.
Oh, that's
and those who benefit from the propagation of it, regardless of where it actually leaves other people. Is it religion? Is it capitalism? Telling you like, oh, if you're just really productive, you're gonna just feel a sense of well-being and achieve existential something, right? That's what you millennials want, some sort of existential. Just keep working. No. Fuck that. Your productivity does not
determine your worth.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's our worst case scenario of the week. Let's look at the best case scenario for our week. The things we got going for us. And our best outcome. See if that shines a little more light.
I would love
on
if
the
it did.
facilitator and other things. And I wonder if this is almost saying what with the facilitator, like make sure that what your facilitator isn't just facilitating this. If your facilitator is like, oh, I know what I'm going to do to help myself feel better. I'm going to invest in a course that will teach me how to be more productive. I'm going to buy a book by a billionaire that's going to tell me how to structure my days to have a 4-hour-long work week and win the game. Guess who that person is? Fucking Steve Harvey. No, it's whoever wrote the 4-hour work week, which is just like, use your unfettered funds to pay other people to do work.
And do eBay auctions and then cancel them if you don't sell enough of your product to like make cost.
I feel like that'd be the person who's like, did you know that you can just scam people?
That is
Isn't
it.
crazy?
That is a kind of a.
Why is no one doing this? This is a secret not enough people know
There's
about.
a whole portion about selling supplements on eBay. So, yeah.
Just not even try collecting things that people might be interested in.
No, that's
and
part of
selling
it too.
them.
But it was
no,
when
it's
he sold
fucking supplements
on eBay, and like when he wouldn't make the enough money on it, he would cancel at the last minute.
Oh my God, Horde. Right, and that man was like running to be president.
Yeah, he did run, technically.
Yeah. This is the same company that a friend of mine couldn't get time off for being disabled because the problem was fibromyalgia, which means it's just pain. It's not actual damage to your tissues. So you can still work in blinding pain, can't you? Work for us. We'll pay for your college degree. It's just like you're just trying to fucking trap people. All right. Well, I mean, good for anyone who uses it to get whatever they want. But.
Right. Oh,
this is what we have going for us this week. And that's so interesting because it is also a Martin Urbano. The host is running his own show from his own pulpit and has naked people chilling with him, enjoying, and in the position of the thing we have going for us. I wonder if this means that we have a community.
Sure.
Going for us. We have people who agree with us, people who are interested in what you have to say, who are like your own game. It represents running your own game.
Right.
And that's kind of powerful when our stumbling block is the game.
Could it be about that you need to like listen to your intuition and not the words of someone who claims to have your best interests at heart, but may actually not and may not be interested in the same values that you're interested in?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because, like, hanging around this person, like, look how small Martin is, and there's all of these, like, you know, beings. Blocked open. All these beings around. Whereas the host is running his own game. We have two people in, you know, basically the Adam and Eve stage, which is like the pre-fall. Like, these are the people who will join you in your own game are going to be free of the original sin of being part of another community. Or rather, they're not being,
No,
they're different from you and therefore evil.
It's really funny because it made me go, excuse me, I need to see your permanent record of message boards you posted on in the 1990s. You're on this Star Wars message board? No, thank you. I only go for people who are on this other one.
But I wonder if that's it. It's that, like, the people who you're going to collect around you are people in your Edenic garden, not, you know, devils and bird-like beings, which are usually representative of demons. And perhaps we're going to put that in that space because this is on the bad side. This is the good side. Let's see what our best case scenario is.
Wait, are you saying I get a flaming sword?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The Queen!
Oh.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. We have the Queen! Jess! Look at all this beautiful gold. That means that she is someone who's going to give you advice, give you connections, help you build your networks without adding their own flavor to things. Why? Because they're there for you.
Jazz
and
has
the
a
game that you're
clarification.
creating. Devils and birds allowed in my Eden. Nasty freaks welcome. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yo, mine too. It absolutely has black. Why would we need to do that in Eden? Make things illegal, I mean. So, I find that super interesting because we have here the facilitator as our idea for the week. There are different types of facilitators. Are they benefiting from your continued oppression, wanting you to play their game? Or are they the fucking queen? Are they? Are they the fucking queen? Are they the fucking queen who's going to be there facilitating you making your best show? Your show, your game, the one that you're bringing to others, the thing that you find joy doing, it's not gonna look like everyone else's fucking game. You can't just read one book about men being from Mars and women being from Venus. Oh, no, it's not that. It's Think Like a Man or whatever.
Yeah, Steve Harvey's was Think Like a Man.
Think like a man. Look like a woman. Everyone else betwixt, fuck you. That's what the subtitle was. No, it's going to look different. It's going to be different. And you got to find someone who's actually there to facilitate you and not there to just try and make another buck off of you.
Oh, it's Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man.
Act like a lady.
He also has Straight Talk, No Chaser. See, because it's like alcohol.
And jump.
No, but it's like...
Is it jumping to something or just jump?
Take the leap of faith to achieve your life of abundance.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that he was involved in abundance.
Oh, yeah, of course he is.
Look at how abundant everyone who's listening to him is.
Look at
all the abundance he's circling around. Unlike fucking the queen. Look at all the actual abundance.
It was a 2016 book, so he's been pivoted to it for a little bit.
Look at the actual abundance here. And it's not, a crown or something. It's the abundance of the Garden of Eden, of these gorgeous grapes of true abundance.
True abundance, not this false abundance.
I love... That's my favorite thing.
That's the secret to magical thinking? You just say some things are a true version of it and others are the false version of it? Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a great
my
little
favorite.
shortcut. He also made Act Like a Success, Think Like a Success, which I love for the laziness of the title. Because it's like, act like a lady, think like a man. Oh, I see, perceived opposites. Think like a success. Oh, what's the opposite? Well, I can't say think like a success, act like a failure, because that's just not a good book title for my con. I know. Success times 2.
So let's see what our advice is. Because right now, we're looking at facilitators. What's actually helping us get to our goals? Is it this false idea of like jumping into some weird ass game? Or is it someone who is bringing us to our true absolution, our truest abundance? Retired filmmaker George Lucas. Look at that. Based on judgment. That's so interesting. That
think like a judge, act like a game show host, think like the judgment.
I find that really interesting that he is who is helping us figure out who is really going to help us get to our means. And so this card we often take to mean either as, old white man shouting down from the crowds upon the people, this is what is good and this is what is not good. Or retired filmmaker George Lucas looking down upon his creation and saying, you know what, this is how I want my story to look. And it's my fucking story, so I get to tell it however I want in a way that is most meaningful to myself.
And George looked upon his creation and said, "McClunky."
Yeah. It's really hard to accept your own judgment. And I think that's what this is basically telling us, is that we can look to history, we can look at our past when we're looking for, all right, who is actually helping us? What is actually helping us? Is it think like a man? Or is it Chess. And also, it's sort of up to us deciding what our story is going to be. Yeah. If we've decided, like, no, I'm going to sit on this fucking story where I am a damn success.
Think like yourself. Exactly, Holly
You're
Judy.
gonna end up finding these kinds of facilitators. We got to be careful about, like, the story you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself, okay, well, someone has their own little show, but it's not being a billionaire, who cares? Well, then you're probably going to find this kind of facilitator versus this one. But who knows?
Who knows?
I think that's interesting also that it comes down to judgment.
Yeah.
And your internal sense of judgment. I really see that card as, like, we are the George Lucas in that instance.
Yeah.
One could take that as being like, you have to look at what other people who have experienced the kind of goals that you want have done. And that might be able to help be a guidepost for you. It could mean talk to a trusted friend or therapist. Or Oprah via divorce.
No, it was, are there female billionaires?
Are there?
I mean, isn't...
Probably.
Yeah, I think one of the Waltons is, one of the family that owns Walmart is, yeah, Bezos, his ex-wife, definitely became a billionaire. I don't know that she still is, because she gave a ton of her money to charity immediately. But there's a ton, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that... Yeah, Alice is pointing out that there's even trans women. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of billionaires, but
still too many. All right, friends, it's time for show and tell. That's right. It's the part of the show where I show off something art, and we look up who arted it. And today, we're looking at this zine, which I got from my very favorite local zine store, Silver Sprocket. And this is You Can Try Again, which I picked up, obviously, because it has a huge-ass scary fish on it.
Giant angler fish.
And this is by Olivia Walsh. So while you look up Olivia Walsh, I'm going to tell everyone what I love so much about this book.
You Can Try Again. Okay.
Walsh.
No, yeah.
What I love about it is it's a short little read, and it's in a future, you know, it presents, what I love about it is how it presents very sci-fi ideas as just really sort of a part of this sort of smaller human drama that we're looking at. And the thing about it is that there's this idea that movies involve feelings now. So you're not just, watching a thing, you're feeling other humans' feelings. And so someone can be like on the street, like, oh, I saw you in that diving video. That was your fear, wasn't it?
I love that idea.
And they can be
so
like,
much.
yes, that was my fear.
This is Olivia's Instagram.
You can feel my fear. And it's just done in a really understated, really beautiful way. Like things like, I can still taste the ash. I can still feel the sadness, these people in these theaters. It's about this person who does deep dives, like into oceans, and presents them as in these suits that allow it to record her emotions as well as what she sees, so that people can have these really immersive experiences inside of this person's body.
Yeah, we were reading over that at the zine store at Silver Sprocket, and it's just so good. As Lindsay Premmel points out, the artwork is fantastic, but also, as you were talking about, the sci-fi concepts are just so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. This person is a deep sea researcher. You can see them in their like net suit. Part of what made me a good camera, and they're called cameras,
Which is
biological
so cool.
cameras,
It's so
is I
cool.
tend to feel things pretty intensely. The other part is that I like it, feeling those feelings. And liking it is what made me special. I find that so interesting as a person who tends to like try and universally avoid most feelings. Because I just don't enjoy feeling feelings, you know? Like I don't know. I don't enjoy feeling sad in any which way. And I wish that I did. I wish that I
I wish I liked that more.
A value in it.
We have a question coming in from the chat.
Yes.
Hey, how does Emily's co-host use a bed? Do you want the answer?
Yeah.
Forrest.
That's why you have your name.
It's true. That is actually why. No, that is what my dad used to justify why he was happy with my name. I have my name because the nurse was like, no, he's having 2 R's, so his name's a name.
So this is really fun. I really love this particular book. I think that everyone should look it up, should read it, should get it if they can, because you can see how fucking cute all of the drawings are.
And you should also follow the creator Olivia Walsh at imogen.quest on Instagram, where you can see more. Oh, this is art from the book. Oh, this is their first long-form fiction comic. That's really cool. That's super impressive as a debut long-form fiction comic.
Wow, it really is.
That's incredible.
And it's really about this relationship between two individuals.
Oh,
sort of.
Premal has a question. In that world, could you watch a documentary about drug use and feel that person's high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost specifically. Yeah. This person is primarily a documentarian who is a deep sea diver. And they're looking for this big old fish.
Why not believe in yourself?
Why not believe in yourself?
Math is the language of the universe.
Math
because they're also a mathematician. That's so cool.
Wow, that makes sense. So this is something cool. You'll be at the movies, deep in a story, when suddenly you'll get a flash of a face of something that's not supposed to be there. They're just leftover from whoever donated their feelings to the scene. A leak. My old movies were full of leaks. So that's pretty fun because, like, you know, real people are seeing real things from your memories. You can see, like, oh no, he's so sad. And he's at his birthday party when really you're supposed to be feeling that sense of abandonment.
But it's drawing on the real emotion.
So I just kind of loved that, like, all this sci-fi stuff is just integrated in this story about her relationship with another individual. It's a really fun future that I love. I don't usually... just the idea of a person being a camera, a biological camera.
And you can pick that up for yourself at store.silversprocket.net.
Let's find out who this person is. I want to read their bio.
They don't
have
know
a
that
bio?
they have a website, because when I did that, the link on their Instagram just goes, to,
the nib and...
The nib and, yeah, but let's see. So...
Wow, cool. Can they see the wow, cool link?
No, they didn't see that link.
There's a website called like Wow, Cool. Oh, yeah.
This is
definitely
her.
them.
I found her website.
Hell yeah. Olivia Walsh. They work on the mathematics of sleep and circadian rhythms. PhD in applied mathematics from the University of Michigan in 2016. Develop apps and draw the web comic Imogen Quest.
Which is the namesake of her Instagram.
Read more on my blog or check out my CV.
And so this is some of her actual work.
I think that's so cool. And you can really see it in this book.
They made a app called Entrain that helps people find an optimal schedules of light and dark to travelers across time zones. And they teach, and there's all these projects. Ooh! Squigglish is an iOS app that animates line drawings by making them very slightly wiggly.
That's so fucking cool.
And
what?
Sketch Anything is a web and iOS app that automatically turns images into step-by-step drawing guides.
What?
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 I've definitely seen some of this person's stuff about math.
Yeah, me too.
Now that I see that little, like, duck.
Olivia's so cool. So I put the link to their website in the chat so that people can go there themselves, and I'll also put the link to their Instagram in the chat so that it's easier for people to follow them as well, because this is really cool, and they're just the latest artist we found via San Francisco's local zine store, Silver Sprocket, and you can buy this for yourself at store.silversprocket.net.
The other thing I love about it is the way that the characters talk about human cameras and being reprinted every so often, and being, donating feelings to movies sounds so much like motherfuckers talking about movies.
It's true.
It's just, it feels like reading Blank Check, but in the sci-fi future, where people are like, I don't buy that we're running out of big new feelings. But I'd still like to see this big fish with my own eyes. And that's so interesting. People being like, I think we're going to run out of big feelings. The way people are like, I think we're going to run out of story structures.
But
I have heard that.
You know what we're not running out of?
What?
Spaces on our trivia, because we're almost 40 minutes in, so we better get this trivia started. So if you can join Sarm Smith, Prem Can Fishson, Stephen Premel, Doofus Klon, and Horde Jedi in playing Planet Scum and Comedy Trivia by going to Kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and entering room code 614-1347. Welcome, Holly.
And I'm about
You're
to
going to play
join.
with Emily Pineapple herself, who is joining right now.
What's the code?
614-1347. I agree that Stephen Premel, though, this was a very good show and tell. So good that we lost track of time a little bit.
Yeah, I super recommend it. I don't really feel like I did it justice, honestly.
I think you did a good job of explaining it without giving anything away, but it's like very...
There isn't much to give away,
it's just a very
which
cool,
is so lovely about it.
Emotionally moving thing.
Yeah, in
It's
a really
so cool.
sci-fi way.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love things that make you go like, whoa, I have never thought of a thing in that way, of a human being a camera and the implications that would have. That's the kind of emotion I love. Like when your brain gets to chew on something.
And taking a cool, like, sci-fi premise and then really focusing in on what it means for people who live with it.
Yeah, and
is something I'm always a fan of.
And it's really just within a slice of life. Like it's the plot is that of a slice of life, but it's placed inside of such a really full and rich sci-fi world with like full and rich ideas. The fact that they are a mathematician who does research on like how human brains like relate to stuff, I'm like, yes,
it makes
they
total
do.
sense. And they also teach
yes,
math
they do.
But so 9 of you are in. More of you than that are watching. But I think we're gonna get trivia underway in just a sec. So if you're gonna join, you should get yourself in, as it's almost time to Kahoot.
It's almost time to Kahoot. Oh, hey there, door emoji.
Hi, door emoji. Hi, pineapples.
Hey there, Blogtoven.
Hi, Blogtoven.
Hey, Arthur L. Allen. Welcome, Sarm Smith. Premcam Fishson. Stephen Premel, Doofus Clown Horde Jedi, and Ollie Unicorn.
But now it's time to Kahoot.
Kahoot.
As we start Planet Scum and Comedy Trivia in 3, 2, 1. Here's question 1. Documentarian Alex Winter played which role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Was he Bill, Napoleon, Ted, or the phone booth? 6 of you got it right. He was Bill S. Preston, and as a director, he made documentaries about the Panama Papers, Napster, and so much more.
I was sure. I was like, oh, it must be Napoleon because it can't be the two main. One of the
Bill
two mains.
S. Preston Esquire.
It couldn't possibly be one of the two main characters.
And of course, Ted is Keanu Reeves, who also starred and stars in the Matrix movies.
Hell
Stars in because of the upcoming one, set here in San Francisco.
Sunny San Francisco.
Or filmed here in San Francisco.
Literally, right up the street from us. Like,
yes, literally, we watched them film a stunt
and
in the Matrix 4. Let's go to the leaderboard to see who... Stephen Premmel in first. Door emoji in second. Tied for first. Blogtoven in third. Arthur L. Allen in fourth. And Doofus Clon in fifth place.
I'm in 11th. But I'm tied with you, Prem Can
I'm also
Fashton.
very excited for it, Alice. And we have rewatched the Matrix trilogy over the past 3 days. And
Yeah,
it's real good.
me too. I'm really excited.
No, it was them driving a motorcycle up and down a hill.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad spoiling it because all I spoiled is they drive a motorcycle up and down a hill.
Yep.
But there was like a leader, like a car that had the license plate that said the one or something. But
Yeah. It was pretty
That was
cool.
about all we could see.
It was more cool seeing how they got the shots.
I felt it was so cool
They had,
just
like,
seeing a
great
film set
cranes
again
and
too.
shit.
Yeah, it was so cool. Let's go to the next question, which is also cool. Or is it? Which members of Monty Python starred in A Fish Called Wanda? Was that Eric Idle, John Cleese, Michael Palin, or Montgomery Python? Seen here is a fish whose name we don't know.
What's great is that I can only confirm one of these humans was in Monty Python.
Well, three of them were in Monty Python, and one of them is the full name of Monty Python, which is Montgomery Python.
So all of the humans, like... I was like, I really hope Michael Palin isn't a joke.
One of them is kind of a jerk now. That's correct. That is John Cleese, who was also in A Fish Called Wanda, and is a huge asshole now. Michael Palin...
Now.
He probably always was. Yeah, I'm not, look.
Hi, Lena.
An unfortunate part of being a fan of comedy is how many of the people whose comedy you like turn out to be huge disappointments. John Cleese definitely is. Are other people on this list? Probably. But Michael Palin and John Cleese both star in it. Literally,
What is this movie?
It's like they're con artists. It's a heist movie.
Oh, so there's no fish.
And they co-star with Kevin Kline and Jamie Lee Curtis.
I absolutely have it in my head with the incredible Mr. Limpet.
There is a fish, though. And it is called...
Is it a cartoon fish like in the incredible Mr. Limpet? Then why is this movie?
Because A Fish Called Wanda is kind of like an important piece of the whole heist. But...
Should have been a cartoon.
I haven't seen it forever. Is there a fish called Wanda? I haven't seen it forever.
There's no fish called Wanda?
There is a fish. Is this in a... There is a fish called Wanda. And he named it after Wanda.
The fish?
No, there's a human named Wanda who the fish is named after. And the human named Wanda is played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, well, I don't know if she's a good person or not. But she's badass in the Michael Myers movies. Halloween.
Kevin Kline. And Michael Palin has a crush on her and named the fish after her. Thank you, Horde Jedi. I just remembered that they were in it. Jamie Lee Curtis is still very cool, though, as far as I know.
Okay, good to know. Like, I hope she's cool.
Yeah, she cosplays Warcraft characters for her son.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's a fish called Wanda that's a potato. You're right. Exactly, Dave McDougal.
Okay.
Let's go to the leaderboard to see who's a leader. Well, we have a leader named Blogtoven and Sarm Smith in second, Doofus Clon in third, Horde Jedi in fourth, Arthur L. Allen in fifth. Good note. A lot of pets. Yeah. Maybe don't watch it if you like pets. Good point, Stephen Premmel.
Loses as in they die?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes.
Or like, oh no, I keep opening my door and the dogs keep running out.
As in they run into the great beyond. But also, yeah, Lena points out, Jamie Lee Curtis has been very good about acknowledging, hey, yeah, my mom is in Psycho. My mom is in the iconic scene in Psycho, the shower murder.
The fact that I was then cast in the iconic role of Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween.
She's Janet Leigh's daughter.
That's really cool.
No, not my mom. Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Your mom is Jamie Lee Curtis?
No.
That'd be sick as fuck.
No. My mom, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, is Janet Leigh. And she has acknowledged that she got it because of that. She got Halloween because of that. Was like, well, then I have to do the work. Exactly. Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis are her parents.
Okay.
My mom does not have those kinds of Hollywood connections. I am not secretly Forrest Lee Curtis.
Forrest Lee
I
Curtis!
would take full advantage of that if I was, though. And also fully acknowledge that I was taking advantage of it. But let's go to the next question.
Hell yeah.
True or false? Before he was a GLTS regular, Rich Sommer appeared on an episode of The Chris Gethard Show. Is that true or false?
I guess.
You might know him for being Stephen Charleston's roommate. That's true.
Oh, crap.
He appeared on episode 104, Space Battle. Perfect image. Thank you. It was really more of a CGP image, but I had to do it. You were thinking broadcast. Yeah, no, it was public access, baby.
Public access,
They played
baby.
games.
Yeah.
Yes. That is also where I learned that. Lena was John Carpenter only cast here on Halloween because of her mom.
Yeah.
Want some tips about answers that may come up in these games? Listen to Blank Check. Yeah, they played the board game where Beastmaster Bader made everyone hold hands and pray. Exactly, Stephen Premmel. It's so weird.
That is fantastic.
But let's go to the leaderboard, where Sarm Smith is in first, Horde Jedi in second, and Stephen Premmel now bringing up the leaderboard in fifth place. Let's keep going and see if all these streaks continue with question 4. Who played Malcolm's mom Lois on Malcolm in the Middle? Is that Jane Kasmerick, Katie Seagal, Patricia Richardson, or character actress Margot Martindale?
Fuck.
Yes, no, maybe.
I know it's not
Emily
one of these.
doesn't know.
I know it's not one of them.
I'll repeat the question. Who played Malcolm's mom, Lois? Yeah, it's Jane Kasmerick. She played Lois in 146 episodes from 2000 to 2006. Guess who watched a video essay on YouTube of Malcolm in the Middle recently? This guy.
It's really good.
It's a very good one.
It's also from Jose.
That one's also just from Jose. It's very interesting. She also played Judge Harm on The Simpsons.
Ah.
Emily, it's not 3 of them, says Planet Scum Live.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Planet Scum Live.
Let's go to the leaderboard.
Really helping me out here.
Yeah, her and Cranston connected so well that Cranston asked her to come on set for his final episode of Breaking Bad. He also, held parties for the crew on Malcolm in the Middle and everything, too. I think there was a curse fund that went for, every time he cursed, it bankrolled a party or something. He seems like a sweet guy.
Aww.
But let's go to the leaderboard.
I thought he was
and so
the
does
one
she.
who knocks.
Only on TV. He also was a wanted felon briefly and didn't know it because it got resolved before, because they thought he murdered someone.
Oh my God.
He didn't, but someone else who worked at the restaurant he worked at did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Her son was Doof's intern.
Yeah.
He was a bad intern. That's hilarious.
But Sam Smith has the highest answer streak of 4, while Blog Tovin, Doofus Klon, and Stephen Premmel and Horde Jedi are in the leaderboard. So...
Jess.
That's pretty good, Jess. But let's see. Who knows the answer to question number 5, which is a multi-select. Tim Robinson co-created which of these series? Detroiters, I Think You Should Leave, Making History, or Solar Opposites?
Oh no, it's a multi-select.
Oh, right. And she's married to Bradley Whitford from The West Wing and Get Out. A lot of you got it right. It's Detroiters, and I Think You Should Leave. He co-created Detroiters with Sam Richardson, Zach Kanan, and Joe Kelly, and co-created I Think You Should Leave with Zach Kanan. Oh, they're divorced now. Whoopsie doodle. Well, let's go to the leaderboard.
I got this one right! But I'm still in 9th place.
Still in 9th place. Interesting. Well, speaking of shows that the George Lucas Talk Show has watched, because Bradley Whitford was also on Studio 60. Let's go to the next question. During GLTS's Lucas Lynch Marathon, they watched which David Lynch TV show? Was that Dumbland, Hotel Room, On the Air, or what is David Lynch working on today? All real TV shows. 8 of you got it right.
Real TV shows by him?
Yeah.
Dumbland?
It was an animated thing he did.
Wow.
And Hotel Room was an anthology series, and On the Air was a 1950s set TV show that they watched. That's right. They also watched George Lucas's Radioland Murders. Stephen Premmel did not remember this, but 8 of you did. Let's see which 8 on the leaderboard. Horde Jedi and Arthur L. Allen have jumped onto the leaderboard, but Sarm Smith's streak continues as we go to the next question, because we got to get through these quick. On the Simpsons episode, Bart sells his soul. Bart sold his soul to Krusty the Clown, Milhouse, Reverend Lovejoy, or the Stonecutters. Sell your soul, says the art. Bart sure did. Let's see. 80, you got it right. It was, in fact, Milhouse. He sells his soul to Milhouse because he's utterly convinced that souls aren't real. Who keeps the Martians out of sight? We do. We do. I even have a Stonecutters emblem on the back of my iPad.
Heck yeah.
But let's keep going to the leaderboard. Arthur L. Allen and Stephen Premmel's Stonecutter stickers got them the express pathway to the leaderboard, and 4 players have 4 answers correct in a row. How are you doing, Pineapple? Where are you on the leaderboard?
I am in 9th place.
Okay. Well, let's see if your luck turns around with our next question. Which competitive eater appeared as the Fancy One's landlord on their episode of CGP, which was recently screened on Saturday Night Live? Was that Adam Moran, Joey Chestnut, Nick Weary, or Gorb the Devourer? Seen here is a hot dog, the foodstuff that this competitive eater shoved down their gullet on the Fancy Ones.
I kind of have been craving hot dogs.
Oh, well, we can
then.
get some then.
Right?
5 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, Nick Weary, who was apparently a delight. And Jas says we need to get Gorb on fancier ones.
Yep.
If I close, that was a great line from that show, Horde.
Get Nathan's. I'm gonna get vegan hot dogs. I do not consume meat.
Yes, you would get veggie hot dogs from some
Veggie
tofurkey hot dogs. Or Light Life.
Probably tofurkey.
Tofurkeys are better. But Blogtoven is now in 1st place. Horde Jedi in 4th. Also, the Nathans are made from people named Nathan, so it's fair to avoid it.
Yeah.
Prem Can Fished Sun has the highest answer streak of 5. Oh, field roast is nice, but they make me fart. Betrayed.
They do that to Forrest too.
No, I was just saying that. Premel likes field roast. I like field roast, but they make me fart.
Oh,
They
do
make me
you
Forrest,
fart?
keeper of the Canon,
Premel?
fart. Keeper of the Fanon as well. Let's go to the next question, shall we? Question number 9. TCGS musical guest Open Mike Eagle previously hosted which wrestling podcast? Everything makes Stephen Premmel toot. Does Cheap Heat, Squared Circle, Tights and Fights, or Wrestling Soup? Which one of
crap, I
these
think I
did
got it
Open
wrong.
Mike Eagle previously
I think I got it
co-host?
wrong. I was like, sure, I got this
Things
one.
from the Void knows this one. Alice Forever Cemetery doesn't watch
Damn
wrestling
it,
but
yeah.
loves it, and it was Tights and Fights,
I thought it was Squared Circle.
which was on the Maximum Fun Network. Squared Circle is a wrestling subreddit that Bryson's friend,
Oh.
I think, also there was some connection. Wrestling Soup is easier than it sounds. You just got to stick to minestrone. But it's Tights and Fights, which is on the Maximum Fun Network, and his co-hosts were Daniel Radford and Hal Lublin, who still host it. So check out Tights and Fights. Yeah, thanks Adventure Zone ads, exactly. But it was also just a very fun show because I'm a big Open Mike Eagle fan, as indicated by his album, which is part of our set. Minestrone? I always said minestrone, or not minestrone.
I always called it minestrone.
Let's see who's climbing up the turnbuckle on the leaderboard. Oh my God, it's Doofus Clon. Oh my God, Doofus Clon.
Doofus Steve.
Whose music
Scum
is that?
Steve.
It's Doofus Clon. Oh my God in heaven.
Minestrone.
Minestrone. Minestrone indeed.
Minestrone.
Let's go All doof, no goof. By God in heaven, Doofus Clown has split this leaderboard in half. Let's see who's getting thrown off this iron cell by going to the next question. Steve Martin played a faith healer in which 1992 movie? Is that Leap of Faith, The Apostle, Miracle Man, or The Rainmaker? Seen here is a church, like the kind where the faith healing happens. 3, you got it right. It's Leap of Faith. He played Jonas Nightingale, who traveled the U.S. performing fake miracles alongside a team of con artists. Literally never heard of it. I don't know if it did very well. I saw it as a child.
Yeah, I got this wrong.
You keep
I was
not
like,
picking
the
one
apostate?
and you think it is. You should stop that. The Apostle?
Yeah.
That's an Ed Harris movie.
Oh, it's apostle.
Apostle.
Apostle?
Did I say apostate?
No, I think I just read apostate.
Holly Goody guessed right again. Apostle.
Apostle, like a possum. It's apostle.
We were doing wrestler voices about your victory, so it's a shame if you had that muted. But let's turn our eyes to the heavens and see who is in first place on the leaderboard. It's still Doofus Clown holding on to victory so far. Doofus Clown is blessed.
I just keep getting
With
more
first.
and more points behind Prem Can Fish Done.
Well, you may get this next one right, so let's see if you do.
Ooh.
The X-Meister played which game in an attempt to take revenge on Elon Musk? And that was this most recent Googie morning. Did he play American Car Simulator, Electric Car Tycoon, Surviving Mars, or PayPal? I got this game for free last week on Steam. It was Surviving Mars. Surviving Mars, where he built a dome and tried to get some humans. And we had the Butts waste site.
Oh.
Because the X-Meister named the waste site after Butts. He was going to name the firstborn human after
The waste
a serious
site.
Dan.
Oh.
Oh, you got all the DLC too.
Ooh.
I think it got built, but I don't think we got humans yet at the end of the episode. But let's see who's surviving our leaderboard. Poor Jedi in third, and Arthur L. Allen in fourth. And Holly just hit an answer streak of 3 in a row.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Holly. Still in ninth place is Pineapple. So
I got it right, but I'm still 1,000 or more points behind
Hell
you.
Jedi and a Cell Jedi. Is that something? Oh, yes, indeed it is. So let's go to our next question. Which Whose Line Is It Anyway cast member hosts the podcast called The Smartest Man in the World?
Oh.
Is that Colin Mockery, Greg Proops, Ryan Stiles, or Wayne Brady?
I know this one.
You should know this one because we went to see it live. Everyone knew that one. It was Greg Proops, who also released a book called The Smartest Book in the World and appeared on an episode of the George Lucas talk show.
Hell yeah.
Early on in the quar. You guessed based on vibe. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right?
I didn't know that one. I just chose the Tatooine announcer. Would have been Things from the Void's week this week. That's why you gotta play. Gotta play to win. He is very smart, especially about baseball. The favorite sport of the radio host on Surviving Mars, who won't shut up about baseball despite living on a planet where they don't seem to play it. Because you can't build a baseball stadium as far as I could see.
A spadium?
You can't, maybe you can't, well, it's a space stadium.
Oh,
so it's a spadadium. It would be a spadadium because it's a stadium in space.
I love that.
It's like how in Star Wars, Luke wears a cravat that's called a spavat in the comic because it's a space cravat.
Space cravat.
That one is true. It's in the Screaming Citadel.
Yup, just like DS9.
Just like Deep Space Nine. It's a different thing. God damn it. Let's see who's saying that as they leave the leaderboard. Spadam.
Spadam.
Spam, just space damn.
Space damn it.
Poor Jedi still in third, but Sarm Smith up to fourth. Arthur L. Allen in fifth, and Doofus Clown in first with an answer streak of 9 correct answers in a row. That was answer number 12. So they're doing pretty great so far. Hell Jedi in a Cell Jedi is in third. That's correct. I got that wrong. But let's see who gets this next one wrong. Question number 13. Who was the guest on the final episode of the Chris Gethard Show? Was that John Mulaney, Paul Rudd, Pete Holmes, or Will Ferrell? Seen here is what newspapers across the country printed as soon as the Chris Gethard Show left cable, which was, of course, cable TV dead. 60, you got it right. It was Paul Rudd, Ant-Man himself. The others all appeared on other TCGS episodes, and of course that final episode aired on May 19th, 2018, and was called Stop Apologizing for Your Dreams. Ugh, what a memory. I worked out a bit to do and was told my call would be taken.
Oh.
And then I had to go to northern Wisconsin, where the internet doesn't exist.
No!
Big cable TV stopped them from being able to take your call.
That's
a
rude.
shame. A big, big sad. Let's see who's having a big, big happy on the leaderboard.
Call in and do your bit tonight. Ooh.
Oh. That would be a great way to guarantee a Law and Order. No, you could tell the story and not get a Law and Order.
Oh.
But Sarm Smith up in third, Horde Jedi in fourth, Arthur L. Allen in fifth. Stephen Premmel back with an answer streak of 3 in a row. Pineapple, how are you doing?
Still in 9th place behind Prem Can Fish Don.
Thank you for that field report, Emily Pineapple. Now that we're back in the studio, we're going to question number 14, which says, which Cheers actor appears in The Empire Strikes Back? Is that George Wendt, John Ratzenberger, Kelsey Grammer, or Ted Danson? George Wendt plays Norm, and John Ratzenberger plays Cliff Clavin. Kelsey Grammer plays Dr. Fraser Crane.
I got it right!
And 60, you got it right. It was, in fact, John Ratzenberger who played Major Bren Derlin, who was the security chief at Echo Base in The Empire Strikes Back. Spam it, says Stephen Premmel. Damn, says Sarm Smith. I almost picked him. He has quite the mustache.
Darn, cause Sarm.
That is exactly what happened. My brain. Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah! Let's go to the leaderboard. Doofus Clon holding on to first. Horde Jedi up into third. So you fell for what I was hoping people would fall for, Stephen Premmel, which is that he would seem like the trick because he's in all those damn Pixar movies.
Ah!
You've got a trick in me. You've got a trick in me. Let's go to the next question. Which is a multi-select. I am a snake in the grass. Which of these actors from the fancy ones has appeared on Mary Houlihan's painting party? Dan Chamberlain, Nick Nanny, Sebastian Di Natale, or Yoni Ladan?
Oh, crap.
Dan and Yoni both played shopkeepers throughout the episode, and Nick Nanny and Sebastian Di Natale were the titular fancy ones.
I got it right!
3 of you got it right. Dan, Nick, and Sebastian all appeared.
I was sure I got it wrong. I'm like, I don't remember
As guest
Sebastian
artists.
ever being on.
Sebastian was on.
But he
And
was.
Yoni Ladan was not on Mary Houlihan's painting party, but he was one of the Nick Cages on The Night of Too Many Cages, which was a year ago last Sunday.
Ooh.
And yeah, Yoni looking directly at the camera was so good. That's the trick. Sometimes you are
It's
supposed to
the
pick
trick.
2. Sometimes you gotta pick 4. Sometimes you gotta pick 3. Those are really all the permutations, I guess. So let's go to the leaderboard. Doofus Clown holding on to first, but Horde Jedi rocketing up into second place. Sorry, Hell Jedi and a Cell Jedi rocketing up to second place. Sarm Smith in third, Blogtelvin in fourth. Arthur L. Allen in fifth. Pineapple, what are you doing?
I'm in 6th place.
That's right, you're the highest
I'm the
climber
highest
in
climber.
fact. And by God, Stephen Premmel is only 544 points behind Pineapple. By God. She's climbing to the top of the cell. Oh my God. Let's go to question number 16, which you may also know the answer to. Which member of the UCB4 plays a neo-Marxist activist in the film Southland Tales, one of Susie's picks? Is that Amy Poehler, Ian Roberts, Matt Besser, or Matt Walsh? With God as my witness, this leaderboard is broken in half. who played a neo-Marxist activist in Southland Tales from the director of Donnie Darko. And this is, of course, the movie Southland Tales, not the graphic novel that serves as the first 3 parts of the Southland Tales saga that was released before the movie. One of you got it correct. Only Pineapple got it correct. It was, in fact, Amy Poehler.
Wow!
It was Amy Poehler.
Y'all should watch this movie. It's a fucking trip.
Poor Jedi has to pick up nachos and tacos, falls off the cage. I forfeit. Bye, y'all. My God. By God, Horde Jedi walking out of the arena, walking out of the Trash People arena, sponsored by Whiteout Athletics.
I want nachos.
We want nachos. Let's see if we can get nachos by going to leaderboard.
Probably not.
We'd have to get them delivered.
Not today, though.
Bye, Horde Jedi.
Bye, Horde Jedi.
That man had a family. I've done both.
What?
What do you mean?
I don't think I've ever made my own nachos.
No, I've made microwave nachos. They're not as good as they're as stove nachos, or as oven nachos.
Why don't you just order nachos from a delicious Mexican restaurant that is readily available and nearby your home?
Because sometimes it's after midnight.
Oh.
Sometimes it's after midnight and San Francisco has shut down. Sorry, sometimes it's after 10 p.m. and San Francisco has shut down entirely.
Right, I'm like, why would you need to do that?
How did that go, Jess?
I'm real curious about that.
That checks out. But sometimes things... Oh, that's true. La Taqueria is open late. That's a good point, Alice.
But it won't deliver.
But I don't think it delivers late is the problem. Speaking of problems, let's go to our next question. Rotten Ronnie is a decaying Ronald Reagan toy based on the puppet from which British TV show?
Oh, crap.
Is that Broken News, Mock the Week, Spitting Image, or That Was the Week That Was?
That was the week that was.
That was the week that was.
That was the week that was.
It's
it was
wild. I'm shocked every time people are like, oh, so it was like 3 a.m. and I went to a bar. And what?
What bar? You mean the one bar?
You mean the illegal
The End Up?
bar that shouldn't be open as late as they are?
It's called the End Up.
It is here. 2 of you got it right. It is Spitting Image. Let's go to the leaderboard to see who's the spitting image of someone who answered correctly. It's
me.
Blogtoven, who's now in second. You're still in 6th place, Pineapple. Shit, there was supposed to be a slide there. Which comedian played the Riddler in the 1960s Batman TV show? Is that Burgess Meredith, Cesar Romero, Frank Gorshin, or George Carlin? You got spared a horrible image.
Doofus Glun, that is way too real.
That is way too real.
Yeah, the financial district is probably one of the least, like, having anything at all parts of San Francisco, despite being downtown. It just has nothing.
Yeah. Truck question, Jim Carrey, honk honk.
Oh!
That would be what you'd have to do. And that is every financial district in every city, but the difference is in San Francisco, there's not, like, another place that's actually open later. It's just the whole city shuts down.
Yeah, that too.
That early. Like, the Mission, which is, like, the big party part, one of the bigger party parts.
On our side of the city.
On our side of the city, completely shuts down.
Yeah.
But 3 of you got it right. It was Frank Gorshin. He was nominated for an Emmy for his portrayal of the Count of Conundrums, the Prince of Puzzlers, the enigmatic egotist known as the Riddler.
Oh, I got this wrong.
What did you say?
I said it's fucking Cesar Romero
He's
because
the
I
Joker.
read Riddler and thought Joker.
Yeah. This is what the slide was supposed to be. This is the horrific image that the giant, the Rotten Ronnie is supposed to replicate. And I just find it horrifying I find it equally horrifying as the decaying one.
In Venice, they close the bar at 11 p.m.
Oh, wow.
What the hell?
They also recently brought back Spitting Image, and seeing these horrifying puppets of current news figures is wild. But let's go to leaderboard to see.
If it's by the water, is that
you got it right.
the thing? Like, places by water just shut the fuck down.
But New York doesn't.
Well, I suppose New York is kind of special.
It's the greatest city in the world.
Well, Chicago's also by water.
That's what That's what
actually.
Letterman taught me. Is it's the greatest city in the world and has the CBS orchestra. Oh, also, John Astin portrayed the Riddler on a single episode because of contract negotiations with Frank Gorshin, and that was Gomez Addams from the original Addams Family. So check out him as the Riddler. It's great.
Oh my god, that's awful. 6 p.m.
That's too early.
Like, when
No
do things
city should
open?
shut down before Planet Scum Live starts on the West Coast.
No things should shut down before the sun goes down.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
jeez.
But there really isn't stuff near the water in Chicago.
That's
it's mostly
true.
like a few blocks away.
Oh, is it because they don't want people getting super drunk and dying in the water?
But like then San
They
Francisco
can do that
stuff,
anyways.
But also San Francisco has all sorts of stuff that aren't near the water and it shuts down super early too. Like, you know, the Mission's not close to the water.
There's a lot of different ways that you can get yourself in trouble.
New Orleans has it figured out, according to Stephen Premel.
Oh.
Let's see who has
That's
our
true.
next question figured out as well. The penultimate question. On Bob's Burgers, who voices the titular Bob? Is that Eugene Merman, H. John Benjamin, Larry Murphy, or Sam Cedar? Seen here is a burger, like the ones that Bob would have served. Bob Burger would serve it. When I lived in, oh wow, that is
That's awesome.
that is so early.
No, until 7 a.m.
I know.
That means all night.
No, I know. But it has looped around to being
Yeah,
early
people
again.
find ways to die. Like, it just happens a lot.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Ooh.
Because if it's for musicians, it needs to
Yeah.
be open after they're done playing for the night,
Yeah.
so they can like party.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Good point, Eric Germ. The kaiju are why they shut down.
Oh.
Speaking of kaiju, what was Colossal?
Colossal
Was a great movie
really
about
good
kaiju.
movie.
Kaiju were giant or Godzilla monsters.
I
I thought you
know
were
it.
saying you didn't know what kaiju were. Sorry.
No, I just don't think it's a good reason for things to shut down. There
No.
are sea creatures that we know exist and are just as horrifying.
Gene's Curbside Daiquiris. 8 of you. Oh, wow. If you order something every 4 hours, you can stay overnight in a 24-hour burger joint. I wonder if you could do that for a live stream. But Eugene Merman plays Gene, Larry Murphy plays Teddy, and Sam Cedar has played various characters, including Hugo Habercore and Harold Cranwinkle.
Cranwinkle.
You got 954 points. What place are you going to get? I don't know. But let's find out by going to the leaderboard. Wow.
I am.
Pineapple finally on the leaderboard in 5th place. Arthur L. Allen in 3rd. Sarm Smith in 3rd. Arthur L. Allen in 4th. Blogtoven in 2nd. And Doofus Clon in 1st place. When I'd read out of SFO, I wouldn't even get a hotel. I'd just sleep in the airport. Yeah. And it's not allowed in New York. Weird. Ooh, Eric saw Eugene open for Stella Comedy. That's very cool. But Blogtoven putting up a fight indeed. It's still in many people's reach. So let's go
Ah, doof.
to the final double points question. That's right. As of today, September 15th, 2021, how many weeks ago was the first episode of Dyke Vice with Robbie Hoffman? Was that 52 weeks ago, 55 weeks ago, 60 weeks ago, or 69 weeks ago? How many weeks ago did... Oh, no one has won yet, Last Tomato Tickler. But how many weeks ago was the first episode of Dyke Vice with Robbie Hoffman?
No one has won.
The box game.
No one has won the box game. No one has won the box game yet.
How many weeks ago, though, was the first I'm apparently a messy little B-word, says Stephen Premmel.
He is.
I'm a messy bitch who lives for the drama. But 3 of you got it right. It is 69 weeks ago.
I like how you waited until I had finished answering the question before you checked.
No, there's a Planet Scum Live tonight.
Yes, there is a Planet Scum Live tonight.
And it's Christie's return.
It is Christie's great return.
But just because
That's right.
sometimes some of you have... I just want to prove that it is, in fact, 69 weeks and 6 days ago, because it debuted on May 14th, 2020.
Nice.
So there you go.
Nice.
But thank you.
Patrick uploaded a Dyke Vice to IMDb. Hell yeah.
So you had seen this already? That's really cool. I have to make sure I'm tagged everywhere on it.
Hell yeah.
I like those credits. Give me those credits. Upgrade my star meter. But let's see who wins this trivia. In third place with 11 out of 20 correct, it's Arthur L. Allen.
Yay!
In second place with 14 out of 20 correct, it's Blogtoven. And in first place with 15 out of 20 correct, it's Doofus Clawn. In fourth and fifth, it's Sarm Smith and Pineapple.
Credits aren't so good here.
This was a tough week. This was a tough week in trivia. So thank you all so much for playing, and congratulations to everyone who did so well. No, if only this could have been a more balanced one. I don't know who wrote it. Who wrote it? You know? It was me. It was me. It was me. I wrote it all. But I'm glad you all enjoyed it, and thank you for joining us for trivia. You did not write it, Doofus Clawn. You did not write it. I wrote it. I wrote it. I wrote it.
He didn't write it.
And I did incredibly well. Stephen Premmel said so.
Wrote it.
Stephen said I did well.
Doofus Clawn wrote this one.
Stephen said I did well, and I'm just going to choose to believe Stephen. My mom says I'm cool. And thank you all for joining us this week on We Are Trash People. Be sure to join us after tonight's Planet Scum Live for the Planet Scum After Party with me and goddamn Emily Pineapple, and there will be some Susie's time tonight.
Ooh, you're gonna want to stick around.
And in just about half an hour, go to Planet Scum Live for the box show and the triumphant return of Christy Cello. And this Friday, check out Grand Trivia at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern over at RadioFreeMultiverse.com, where you can play some general trivia hosted by an evil, maniacal, multi-dimensional fish.
Very evil.
Very evil. And his devoted intern, Christy.
Yes.
That's super
It is
fair.
so
It's a
hard on
late show.
Fridays.
It's a late
That's
show.
That's the other
Holly
thing.
Goody.
It is a late show on the night that people traditionally go out.
And the night before I help our Googie morning.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you so much for joining us for We Are Trash People today.
Oh, no, wait. The best part about Radio Free Multiverse for Grand Trivia. We figured out a way to have the cat on screen for most of the time.
Yes. We figured out a way to have the cat on screen, so you also get to see Studio Cat. As long as Studio Cat is willing to sit
which
is most of the show last time.
Yeah. And then he walked off and he came back.
Yeah. So now it's great cat content as well as trivia. And it's the only trivia show that also has a cat and destroys a planet every week.
Yes.
And it's hard to top that.
Yeah.
I gotta say. It's hard to top that.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, who wants to be a millionaire. Eat your heart out. But with that, good night and good claw!
Good night and good claw!